Good morning and welcome to the Ashes to Rubies live stream and conversational podcast about life and recovery and so much more.
Just a little bit more sometimes.
So much more.
So we had a fight. Is there a winner?
I think we're barely speaking.
Has anybody ever had a midnight fight where one person wakes up in a fury? Fury, I would say.
Wasn't it? Oh, okay. Does anyone else have a king size bed and everybody sleeps in the same section on top of all the covers?
But you sorted it out, correct?
No, I can't pull covers out from underneath.
No, but it all did.
What do you weigh
covered?
Now?
Did you get covered?
What do you weigh now?
I'm rolling in at probably about 230 pounds. No, I can answer it on TV. Did you get covered?
Do you think I can pull covers out from underneath you?
I bet you could.
You don't get to take
I
one.
Bet you could wriggle them out. I bet you could carefully and lovingly wriggle them out.
Okay, well, I don't wake up carefully and lovingly. No, that's the problem. That's not how I wake up in the middle of the night when I realize that I have no covers.
That's the problem.
That's not how I wake up.
That is the problem. So there are ways to solve this. Get a bigger bed.
Separate beds.
Separate beds.
2 beds.
We used to have a king-size mattress with 2 single mattresses, and there was a line.
Zipper. And so then I could yell at you and say, "You're across the line."
Yeah.
That's what I did.
I remember one night you said,
"No one wants to know all this information."
You crossed the crack. And then I said in my sleep that I'm off the crack, which I felt like you were accusing me of being on the crack, but
no one wants to know all this information about us, but no. John's the cuddler and I am not.
No, but right before I pressed live, you said, "Are you going to apologize to me?"
Yeah.
And I said, "For what? I have nothing to be sorry about." Did you get covered up? I will do my best. And maybe we should sign a treaty, the nighttime treaty.
Maybe there's like a no man's land.
A zone? What would we put there? Barbed wire? Would you put like body pillow?
Wouldn't
maybe
bother me if there was barbed wire over there because I don't cross the line.
Maybe it's because you don't have nurturing inside of you.
That could be true.
Are going.
That actually could be true.
That could be true. But we don't want to make accusations and declarations, and we just want to be loving and kind and sharing. Is sharing one of your spiritual gifts?
Yes.
I already know the answer. No, you're good at lots of things, but sharing struggles. That's a whole other conversation. I share my side of the bed
with you every night. Literally, you have like
thank you for sharing
2/3 to 3/4 of a king size bed every night.
What a blessing! And by the way,
for you to frolic and play.
How old are we? We're in our 40s, late 40s. And this is the first time we've ever bought a mattress in COVID. Like a year ago, we bought a mattress for the first time. We've never bought a mattress. I don't know where I've always got mattresses from, but I have never in 49 years bought a mattress.
We got like a pretty much almost new mattress from your parents' neighbors because they didn't like the mattress.
I think it was 10 years old.
No, it wasn't. They had only had it for not very long and they hated it. And so they gave it to us and we lived with it for.
But where was I getting mattresses before this?
I bought a mattress.
You bought a mattress?
Yeah.
Well,
I bought a mattress when I got my first place.
Thank you for buying a mattress.
You're so
But until COVID again, I never bought a pillow. Like what have I been sleeping on? Like who's been giving me pillows?
We need to move along.
Like there are people out there buying pillows. I'm not one of them. I've bought one pillow. And since then, I've bought that pillow for a couple of my friends.
Because you're very...
No, I found a pillow that is...
Yeah.
I don't want to advertise for that company, but man, what
you
a
like
pillow.
To find the best thing, and then you like to give it to all your friends.
Yeah. I would make a good Oprah show. Remember the favorite things? I would just have a show that would have to be sponsored once a year heavily for my favorite things. And I would just have to find more favorite things. Because I have like 2.
We should move along.
Okay.
I know that I need a meditation today. I need a morning meditation.
To be able to tolerate what life is going to... So meditation is connecting to God. So let's...
I already missed the one that we did earlier. I don't remember it.
I do. It was beautiful. We were playing in the Garden of Eden in our hearts.
Date? What's the date?
I think we're at the 28th.
Okay.
I think we better be.
Okay. One thing about the program that hardly anyone ever mentions or even realizes is that it makes life so much easier for us.
And you could say fellowship.
Fellowship? Okay.
Maybe.
When we're told the advantages of studying the 12 steps, reading the literature, attending meetings, we may think, they're always giving me something to do. But all the things suggested in the program are for our benefit, precisely to make life more pleasant and livable. Are we trapped in problems? Al-Anon points the way to solutions. Our fellow members even lead us by the hand and show us how they applied to themselves the wonderful, relieving ideas we're learning. Today's reminder. The effects of the 12-step program are revealed to me as a series of little miracles as each day lifts another burden because I am changing my way of thinking about it. I will follow this program as though my life depended on it, as indeed it does. If by life I mean real living, joyous, and comfortable. To resist spiritual guidance is to defeat ourselves. The Al-Anon program is a spiritual way of life.
So they're talking. I didn't like the first part where I believe that the meditation is on the components of the spiritual life. So what are those components of connecting to God? So anywhere we're connecting to God, whether it's 12 steps or other ways that people do that, then the whole point of that is to be powered by the Spirit of God. So yes, there is the relief of the bondage, of the burden of self-centeredness, all of the fears that drive us, the proving, the arguing, the validating, all of the fears that we have lived out of. God actually takes those away so that now we enter the life of the Spirit. So now we're being fueled by the Spirit. So the components of the spiritual life is prayer, meditation, fellowship, continuing to work inwardly and grow inwardly and grow in my relationship with God, which will grow my relationship with others. And so it's like taking your old life and going like, I want a whole new life and I'm going to join the military. So I think the spiritual life is very much like the military, where there's discipline and sacrifice and structure that wasn't there before.
We have a saying when we work the program. We had a saying, it's no longer burdensome to be me.
That's really nice.
It came true. And I remember the first time I heard that when I started working the program, the first time someone said that, I started crying because it was burdensome to be me. It was burdensome to be defensive, to be angry inside, to be frustrated, to wake up miserable. That was burdensome. And I didn't want to feel that way anymore.
So one of the things that I believe that is speaking to me is about the fellowship. And so many people there, I think part of our ideas in our wounding is I don't really need anybody. And it's like, I don't need the fellowship. They just do this. They're not really God focused, whatever it is. But there are fellowships like in church groups. And when you're helping other people, now you're starting to form your own group. So form your own group, form your own fellowship within the LifeLab process or the 12-step process. And it's like God's going to bring the fellowship around you. And the fellowship is simply people with a common problem and searching for the common solution and leading people into that solution. So in recovery, I don't see many lone rangers that can make it. In the spiritual life, I don't see many lone rangers that make it. In the Christian life, I think it's contrary to be a lone ranger and to not need the fellowship, not need the church, not need each other, because it's like the military life. Like you're just not an army man all by yourself with your gun, like getting your orders from where. No, we're on mission and we do mission together. So that's a good word for me. I need to meditate on that. So the components of the spiritual life, prayer, meditation, you have this inward working that helps us to be able to join the army and be in the fellowship, and then be on mission for God. What is God's mission? Very simply, the heart of his children. And so is that our mission today? Are we joined in the fellowship, and are we doing that together? Therese, good morning. We had this conversation yesterday about need. God has given us needs, and in the spiritual life, there are needs, and I can be very scary counting on people, like needing people in a healthy way. Like my life is better with you, and we do this mission of God together. And yes, we might have cat fights in the night because of blankets, but that aside, we go on mission today together, and then we have the greater church around us. So we thank you, if you are watching, that you are part of our fellowship. We love you, and we need you. And so we continue to grow in our capacity, in our effectiveness, in our relationship with God, to be able to be more effective in God's mission. So join us for LifeLab. If you haven't done that, we're going to be starting a bunch of LifeLabs in September in person. And so if you want more information about that, talk to you or me.
Yeah.
You're going to say something.
I was going to say, I'm going to make a sign-up sheet. I'm going to make a sign-up sheet.
Are you? I'm not even going to have a sign-up sheet for my group. I'm just going to go with the flow. And if people want to join our group, we're going to maybe, I don't know what we're going to do.
Sounds very unorganized.
We're going to give people badges. You have your sign-up sheet. All right. Have a blessed day. Keep the peace. Be of good behavior. And we will see you tomorrow.
Good morning.